Hi, this is Andy C, and today I want to talk to you about bunker shots. When people tend to get into bunker shots, it strikes a lot of fear into their hearts normally, especially if they see a pretty large lip in front of them. One of the one of the keys to success about playing well from bunker shots is that you need to understand that even if you only have a short distance to the pin, you need to explode the ball out of the bunker. The explosion shot is probably the way that most good players play their bunker shots, and what they're trying to actually do is compress sand. They're trying to get the head of the club to actually slide, but also compress enough sand against the face of the ball while the club's sliding underneath it, that a cushion of sand will actually throw the ball towards the pin. One of the things about poor bunker play is people tend to think because the pin is fairly close that you don't need to be aggressive in your action. They think the ball will go too far, but that in actual fact isn't the case. You need to have an aggressive swing, and that's exactly the reason why this shot is called the explosion shot, and you need to make sure that the club is sliding. Okay, how are we going to do all that? Well, it's pretty simple. To get the club sliding underneath the ball, we would need to set up our body lines open to the target. So you can see here I've got a shot where I want to hit to the blue flag right here. And you can actually see that my left foot is covered. That's because the line of my feet is actually pointing well left of the target. Line across my shoulders is also pointing well left of the target. This means that as I take the club away, it will be working outside the line. Okay, so as I work the club back, it means that it will work outside the ball, and as it comes around, you'll notice that it gives me a very steep angle. So if I draw a line down the shaft right here, you can see it pointing right in between the ball and my feet. Okay, this angle of attack, or the steepness that you need to make the swing when you've got an explosion shot, is extremely important. If you have a flat angle, you catch too much sand, and the sand will compress against the face of the club. If you're working on steep angles, you will tend to find that you can take a real sharp cutting action or a sliding action and be able to slide the club underneath the ball. So I've got to the top of my backswing now. You'll see that as I swing the club, I'll use quite a lot of lower body to deliver. Still coming down on that steep angle, and you can see the face of the club laid open and hits 2 inches behind the ball and slides through the sand. There's quite a lot of sand being displaced, and you can see that my club is swinging left of the target following my original body lines, but you can see quite clearly the ball is travelling towards the hole. Okay, I'm working up onto my left hand side, and bingo, that shot was going straight towards the pin. Okay, so your main points, again, just to highlight good bunker play with the explosion shot, is that you need very open body lines. Okay, that's a given. It's very good if with the open body line that the club face is still pointing exactly towards the target. Okay, that gives the appearance that the club face is well open, but it's only well open in relation to your body line. It is in fact still pointing directly at the hole. As you make your takeaway, follow the body line and set the wrist, set a hinge in your wrist very quickly so that you have a steep angle of attack. Then use your lower body to slide the club down through the sand very aggressively, letting the sand pop the ball up very nicely and towards the target. If you use some of those key points that I used today, and don't be scared to take plenty of sand, you will find that your bunker shots will get better and better. Okay. One last look at how it would appear in slow motion so that you can actually see the body movements. And it's just starting now, hinging up, aggressive downswing, sliding the club across and following the body line, and letting the sand throw the ball up onto the green. There it goes, right there on the pin. So that gives you a good idea of the sort of body movements and positions you need to work through if you're going to hit successful explosion bunker shots.